Hey South Africa, welcome to it. If you just tuned in, you're watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV, and a happy new year to you all for tuning in. My name is Danny Cambo, as always. I'm your host for today's show, and we've got a great show for you today. Okay, in the beginning, starting this year off already, we are breaking through the stereotypes of what we think of gachis and what our perspectives are of who and what gachis do. Okay, joining me in studio is one of the gachis from Bonteheuwel, who goes by the name of Yaseen. Who's here to speak to us about the heroic acts that he's doing within his community by assisting the senior members. I'm going to let him speak to you on that. Okay, so Yaseen, welcome to the show.
Hi, morning.
How are you?
I'm alright, thanks, man.
Good, man. It's good to have you on the show. We've heard about the good works that you've been doing in the community of
Pleasure's
Bonteheuwel.
all mine.
And it's exciting to see you breaking through the stereotype of what people believe that gachis are and what we think gachis are based on what we've seen and experienced. Okay, so for those that's just watching you at home now for the first time, hearing about you, can you just tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Well, like you said, I'm Yaseen. My surname is Abrahams.
Yeah.
There's not much to tell you about myself. I live in Bonteheuwel. I'm originally from Mitchell's Plain, but I'm living in Bonteheuwel now for 14 years almost now. And I started on working on the taxis since I was like 16, 17. And over the years, every experience of working on it just got to me of helping people. And yeah, ever since of working, things just got more in place, and making sense to me of working most of the time and helping people, assisting them, and yeah, that's it.
Basically it. Yeah. Speaking to you earlier on today, I figure that you have got more of emotional approach to this rather than it being about money. Yeah, and also you mentioned about your mother. Can you tell us a little bit more about your mom and
Well,
what she's gone through?
my mother was a very strong person. I lost her in 2016. And she actually survived like five strokes and 6 heart attacks. First few made her paralyzed. And she ended up in a wheelchair. And then I used to push her every appointment, if she have one during the week, to the day hospital in the wheelchair before 6 o'clock every morning, just to go stand in the line of getting help. And she was a very strong woman, and she was my motivation of everything. She never used to say no to people, to neighbors, and she was very helpful. And she have learned me a lot in life, on standing on my own, depending on my own. And yeah, I mean, she was the most amazing mother that I ever had in my life, even though it's still emotional to me. But yeah, life goes on, and time passed by, and she was struggling all the years with us in the house, was really attached to me of what type of person and mother she really was. And yeah, she was just amazing.
Yeah. Now through all this time, I mean, 5 strokes and 6 heart attacks is
Yeah,
not
she
easy.
was very strong to survive that.
Yeah.
You must be like very.
So what was that experience like for you?
Well, when I found out that she's getting sick, and it was very emotional to me because she was my only mother that I had and that I knew. And in times like that, when she started getting sick, life did change a lot, totally a lot. Because she was the one repaying food, repaying my lunch for school, all of these years. And now today, there's nobody left of assisting me as a mother regarding to what we're gonna eat tonight. We mostly living our lives now on fast food, which is not good. But what can we do? We just have to accept it. Yeah, and yo, she won't actually see her grandson and granddaughter like growing up now. I feel emotional now because I'm talking about her now ever since she's gone. And she was a very attached to me because always if my father used to scale in the house, then my mommy always used to tell my daddy, hey, leave him, let him eat and stuff like that. She was very over me than my sister and my brother.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you were there for her.
Yeah,
you used to push her on the wheelchair.
Yeah, I used to push her every single day.
Yeah.
Even if she wanna go to her sister's, I used to push her. I'll leave her there and I come fetch her again, so past 3 or past 5 or
So
whatever.
getting her from home to the hospital, was it a challenge for you?
It was a challenge to me because getting her up, she was paralyzed. I used to put her in a wheelchair. She couldn't help herself anymore. She couldn't even help herself to eat. We used to feed her, like, and yeah.
And transportation?
Transportation was the wheelchair
To getting her to the hospital?
to get her to the hospital. I used to walk with her, even in the rain as well. I used to walk with her. That time we didn't have a car.
Wow. So now you started an initiative of helping out seniors within the community, which is a big step to take.
Yeah,
What brought that? What brought that idea? How did you come about it? How did you get the community to stand up behind you?
Well, to be totally honest with you, regarding to the seniors now, what I actually saw, what my mother went through by the day hospital, like sitting there all day, then
we're gonna take a short break quickly. Okay, because I want this is a very touchy topic that we're gonna speak on now, so I want us to be fully focused on it. So for those that's watching at home, please do stay tuned because after the break we've got more in discussion with Yaseen, so don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, viewers. If you just tuned in, you are watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. As always, I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Kambwa. And yes, as I mentioned before the ad break, we are breaking down the stereotype of Gachis in this year. Okay, because joining me in studio today is Yaseen Abrahams, who's from the community of Bountyville. He's doing great works in assisting the senior members within his community where transport is concerned, getting them from point A to point B. Before the break, we spoke about his upbringing, which he told us a little bit about himself, and also what has motivated him to start this initiative within his community. He spoke a little bit about his mother also. And yeah, just to continue on that, Yaseen, we mentioned now before the break what has inspired you to start this initiative of helping the seniors within the community and how the community has responded to it. If you can just take us through that.
Yeah, what basically inspired me was my mother and the community of Bountyville. Reason why, it's because in every community you get gangsterism and all of that stuff, violence. So I actually saw what gangsterism do to communities and how they operating. And then I thought for myself, if they can do this all for free and nobody can actually like stop them of doing all this violence and stuff, then who am I to accept the money of the pensioners into the taxi that I'm working on?
And they don't earn that much, the pension.
And they don't actually earn that much of money. It's only 1,500 rand. That's not even enough for them to survive till the end of the month. And then I posted something on Facebook. That was last year. I posted something on Facebook and I actually just wanted to see what is the feedback, the response of the community is going to be regarding to the message on Facebook. And then I saw actually how a lot of positive comments came through. Then I thought to myself, no man, I'm going to leave this post on Facebook. I'm going to leave it in that group and I'm just going to see what's the outcome of it. And then the next day, the whole story went viral. The whole post went viral. And then I just started off offering pensioners from the age of 70. I know pension starts from 60, but the people of 60, the pensioners of 60 is still fit for their age. But the pensioners of 70 and over 70, they can barely walk, walking with crutches and stuff like that. And then I just started offering people free taxi rides. And then the pensioners like asked me, where do you come from? Who are you? And you will be blessed. And a lot of positive comments like. And I believe it when they tell me that God will bless you and you're such a great kid and stuff like that. The reason why, the money that they're earning is not enough. And the money that they're giving out just for transport, just to go to Vanguard Mall, or to Athlone, or to Gatesville, or even to Grootskeel. It's too much for them. I won't say it's too much, but they can do something better with that money that they're giving out. If you take it now, if a pensioner goes to Grootskeel, it's going to cost her like 30 rand just to take the taxi from Bontewil to Grootskeel. It's going to cost her 30 rand to get back because it's 50 rand up and 15 rand down. And if she's by the hospital, she must still eat. She's still there all day. What do the pensioner give out for the whole day? I just made them examples. I said they're giving out 100 rand. But what couldn't they do with it 100 rand? She could have bought a 30 rand electricity. She could have bought a 20 rand potatoes. She could have bought a bread, a liter milk. And she could have bought maybe mince at the butcher and put a set of food together that could have lasted over 3 to 2 days. That's what the money that she's giving out just to take the public transport.
Yes.
And it's totally true because if you look at the pension salary of today, 1,500, that money she must still spend it in 4 weeks, which she can't. Because the moment when she's getting paid, that same day she's broke again. Reason why? Because she must still pay your bills, the rates, the water. She must still buy groceries. What sense do she got left?
And the other thing is some pensioners are living with grandchildren as well.
Exactly. She must still entertain the grandchildren as well. Wanting lollipops, wanting chips and stuff like that.
Wow. Wow. So when you do this to the community, when you do this with the pensioners, are you not afraid that you might lose out?
Well, to tell you the truth, at the end of the day, we are losing. But we are winning as well. Because if the pensioner is getting into the van, she never gets in the van alone. And it's not every day when you get a pensioner along the way just to go out. It's not every day, it's only month-in. So, if they're going out, she always brings someone to help her. He always brings someone to help him. Because why? They're having crutches. But now, if you can take only the assistance money and leave the pensioners taxi fee, Because if she goes to the mall, if you stop by the mall and she's getting out, if you stop around the corner, then there's getting 2 or 3 people in her place. Then you get her money back again. So at the end, you don't actually lose, but you do actually lose money, but it's a win and lose.
Yeah.
Because you have to cover the money of the trip that you're bringing out, or the money that you're taking in.
Yeah, and that's a good point you made, because when the pensioner does come out, you do replace them with another client, and it's not always that they come alone. There's always somebody to assist them. So
Yeah.
rather take the assistance money rather than the pensioner, because at the end of the day, you are also working for a boss. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we working for a boss. My boss's name is Mr. Roman, David Roman. He's one of the most amazing guys in the taxis
Is it?
business,
Okay, so we're gonna
because
take,
he's like well known.
okay, we're gonna take another short break. Okay, when we return again, then we're gonna continue on the same conversation. For those that's watching at home, please, I urge you not to go anywhere. Stay tuned, because this can help you, can help your grandmother or your friend's grandmother. Okay, so please do stay tuned. We'll be back in the next few minutes. All right, viewers, welcome to it. If you just tune in, you're watching Open Studio now on Cape Town TV. I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Kambwa. And as we started the show, I made mention that we are breaking through the stereotypes of what we people think of gachis, and what, or based on our experiences or what we've gone through with the gachis within our lifetime. And also, sitting with me today in studio is a gachi, or who goes by the name of Yaseen Abrahams, who's doing many great things in the community of Bountiful, where he is assisting pensioners by giving them free rides to help them save the little that they already are getting from the government. And also, before the break, we spoke about the emotional connection that he's got to this initiative, where we spoke about where his mother, the struggle she went through, and her passing on, and how he had to be brought up by her dad and also brothers and sisters. So just continuing on our conversation, Yaseen, you mentioned that helping the seniors and not taking the money, but taking the money of the assistant that goes with them, to help them carry groceries or whatever the case may be. And also, once they get off, you always replace them. You get blessed enough to replace them with 2 or 3 other clients in the taxi. And just to touch on that, because you spoke about making profit, because you are working for a boss and they're expecting the budget at the end. So that in turn makes you work twice as hard, to fill that space and to get that money back. So how does it feel for you?
Since I've done this, ever since I started it, we do lose a little money, but it takes a little hard work again to make up that money that you're losing. And we as taxi guards and taxi drivers, at the end of the day, we still getting paid, whether if it's 100 rand or 150 or 200 rand or 50 rand. Sometimes I do get a 50 rand because I only work in the mornings. But at the end of the day, you're still going home with money. But that pensioner have to wait till the end of the month to get paid again. And that same day when she's getting paid again, she's broke again. To me, seniors' life, it's not easy. Because they struggle to getting from A to B, walking slow, with crutches. You even get some people pushing a senior in wheelchairs just up to the clinic or up to the supermarket. And you get some seniors, some pensioners that staying in old age homes and stuff like that. Then I ask myself the question, I wonder where's their families, where the grandkids, where the kids. Because if you got a mother, tell you something about a mother. A mother is a very valued person in a person's life. Because if you got a mother, you do everything for your mother and your mother's doing everything for you. And the day when you start to work, how can you repay your mother? It's only about giving your salary to your mommy. That's the only way you can repay all the love that she gave you all of these years. But the seniors in old age homes, where are their families? Why are they in the old age home? Why couldn't their families, why couldn't their grandkids or children look after them until the end of their lives? Where's the love? And to me to see that, it's heartbreaking. Because I don't have a mother anymore. And we work for a boss in Bontewell. His name is Mr. David Roman. He's one of the most seen persons in the whole community. Everybody knows him. All the seniors knows him. Why? Because he, way back years ago, he gave back to the community of helping the seniors, of making them tracksuits, giving them the end of the year, he give them a lunch at the community center. And then I just thought to myself, man, I would like to continue something, offering something different to the seniors. But at the end of the day, we still have to reach his target. He still needs to get his money at the end of the day. And then I go home with less money, and the driver go home with less money. So it's not easy to cope with this whole story, with this whole project that I'm trying to run in Bontewell.
But the outcome is...
But the outcome and the blessings that you regarding to the seniors that you're getting, it's way bigger than just money.
Yeah. And speaking of, what did you say is the name of your boss?
David Roman.
Yeah, now speaking about Mr. David Roman, there are in other communities, there are viewers that's watching today that know of any other taxi bosses, any other gachis, any other taxi drivers. But the relationship you have with your driver and your boss is what is making this project gel together.
Yeah.
So for those that is watching, what message do you have for them?
Well, I can't actually give them a message. Like they show the story in the voice, on Express, often Express, on the radio stations they heard it. I still got nothing more to say regarding to that. But my question on the table is, how can they assist me? How can they assist us? Even in fact, how can the government assist us to assist the pensioners and the seniors? Because I mean, if you call us, if you call Mr. David Roman's taxi service, and you tell him that you need to be by the day hospital, or by Grootske, he's coming to fetch you now. Whether if it's not day or night, it's because why? I came out with this.
Wow.
And on top of it, you get now you get like dialer ride. Where's dialer ride today? Dialer ride is supposed to assist the seniors as well, not only in people in wheelchairs, but you need to make a booking. You need to phone and book. Then you still wait like a whole week or 30 days just to get that assistance, just to get that transport.
Well, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show. For those that's watching at home, the show does not end here. Okay, you can still make a difference within your community. You can still make a difference wherever you find yourself. So from my side, Yaseen, I thank you so much for coming through the show. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Pleasure so
Thank you for bringing this initiative into the country. Okay, and I'll surely hope that the government will bless you and help you through this. So for now, guys, I'm signing out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do tune in for more episodes to come. It does not end here, okay? Follow Yaseen Abrahams on his Facebook page. And yeah, that is it for now. Guys, see you till next time. Bye-bye.